Hello, artists. So, for this lesson theme, we are going to make weaving pumpkins. Weaving basically just means when I take a fibrous material, so something like string or fabric, I can weave lots of other things, but traditionally, people usually use fibrous materials to weave things together to create a bigger piece, such as maybe a scarf, a shawl, a blanket. There's lots of different things you can make, and a lot of different things people have made throughout time and for different purposes, due to different cultures and beliefs. Artists today, because Williamson is all about Pumpkin Day, during this time we are going to weave our own pumpkins. If you don't want to weave a pumpkin, you can use this technique instead to just weave a circle shape. Don't feel pressure to any color. What you will need today is a paper plate, scissors, a safe, non-sharp plastic sewing needle if you got one. You can also make a needle out of tape. I can show you how to do that. You'll need tape, a string or yarn of your choice of color, and then if you want to decorate your pumpkin, maybe have some other things on hand. Oh, this one's trying to escape from me. Get him back in there. I have foam and buttons, but you could use fabric or even paint. So let me show you how we do this. The first step is to color your plate if you would like to. Because I want my pumpkin to be my favorite color, orange, and a lot of pumpkins that I like are orange, and I'm making a pumpkin today, I'm gonna make mine orange. After that, you are going to want to cut an odd number, an uneven number of slits on the rim of your plate. That's usually the textured part of my plate, so when I rub on it, it's bumpy. When I rub on the other place, it's smooth, so you're going to want to cut on the bumpy part. Try to make your slits as spread out as even as possible, but it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, I have 9 marks for you to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm going to cut into my slits, and remember to just cut down to the bumpy part. We don't want to cut too far into my plate. My slits are just going to hold my string. Let me cut that and then show you what to do next. Okay, Maris, now we want to put a hole in about the middle of our paper. And if you have to ask a loved one to help you making this and starting it, that's a-okay. Instead of pushing my scissors through, or I could hurt myself, I'm gonna fold the plate gently and then cut around the mark I made. Just a little triangle. When I open it up, I will have my dot. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the color of my choice, and I'm going to put it through one of my cut marks here. And I'm going to tape it onto the back of my plate, not covering the hole, because I don't need the hole there. And I'm going to wrap it around by going across from my other mark. So when I go across here, wrap it around the back. I'm going to bring it across from that. Wrap it around the back. put it through my slit, wrap it across from that, and you're going to do that all around your whole circle. All right, after that, when I have wrapped everything up, I'm going to cut my yarn, and I'm going to scoop underneath all of my yarn here that I wrapped around. I'm going to put this through my hole through the other side. It's going to pull all those together. I'm going to grab all my pieces over here, and I'm just going to tie a knot on the back. If you need help with this step on tying a knot, feel free to ask a loved one to help you. All right, now that I have everything here, I'm going to unravel some more string. Unravel it. I'm just wrapping it around my hands. I find that easier. That might be easier for you. Snip it off, and I'm going to tie it to one of my pieces here. Just tie a little knot again. You'll notice that my string will make a little tail here. Don't worry, we can just tuck that away underneath the other strings, and it'll go away. All right, my artist, to make a tape needle, if you don't have a regular needle, like a plastic one, you're going to take some of your tape and you are going to put it at the top of your yarn like so. And I'm actually going to bend this down so the point is a tip. Wrap it around like so, and then you have your tape needle. For weaving, I'm going to put this yarn through itself, and I'm going to start by going in a pattern. I'm going to go under, over, under, over. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to first go under my yarn here, pull that through, and then since I went under this one, I'm now going to go over this one and under the next one. So I'm going to go over, I'm not going under it, I'm going over it and then under the next one. Make sure it doesn't get tangled on the slits you have. Right? And I'm going to keep doing that over, under, over, under, over, under throughout this thing, and I'll show you what it'll start to look like. All right, my artist, when I keep going and going and going, it's going to build up and up and up and up. Now I'm almost out of yarn. So if I run out of yarn and I want to keep going, or if I want to even change colors, this is what you're going to do. You're going to cut a little bit of your yarn off if you need to. You're going to get your other color or your other yarn. That off. Take your tape needle if you have to. And you are going to tie your new yarn to your old yarn with a knot. If you need help tying your knot, ask a loved one to help you. When I go up and over or down and under, I can get rid of the extra yarn bits I have here, the little tails hanging off, by tucking them underneath my circle that I have just weaved, and they will disappear. Now I can keep going around and around, and I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. Alright, my artists, now that I am done with this, you can keep making yours bigger if you want, but you don't have to. You are going to again cut your yarn, and you are going to tie a knot to one of your strings here. Make sure that you never tug too hard on your yarn, because this is just paper and it could pull this really hard and it could rip your beautiful creation. Again, if you need help tying a knot, just ask a loved one to help you. Any loose string, you can then tuck again underneath your circle. Now you can add other things to this. You could add a pumpkin stem to your piece. I'm going to tape some foam to mine. But you remember, this part you can pretty much do whatever you would like here. You could take some other yarn and you could make a face. If you wanted a jack-o'-lantern or something, buttons, stickers, completely up to you. Or you can just leave your pumpkin as a pumpkin, or this could be something else. Great job, artists. If you have any questions, feel free to message me and ask. Awesome creating.